snow-covered mountain, 19,710 feet high, and is said to be the highest mountain in Africa. Close to the western summit, there is the dried and frozen carcass of a leopard. No one has explained what the leopard was seeking at that altitude.
Wonder is it sight or is it scent that brings?
They've been about forever so long they don't mean a thing.
The marvelous thing is that it's painless now.
Is it real?
Yes. That's how you know when it starts. What a filthy bird. They know their business. Just to watch the way they sail very carefully at first. In case I ever wanted to use one in a story. That's funny now.
Gotten so nervous not being able to do anything. I think we might make it as easy as possible until the plane comes.
Or until the plane doesn't come.
Mr. Johnson hasn't been a white hunter for a quarter of a century not to know his way around. If he can't get a plane, he'll be back with another truck.
One way or another. Not very important.
I feel so helpless. I wish there was something I could do.
You can take the leg off. Or you can shoot me. You're a good shot. I taught you to shoot, didn't I?
Let's not be melodramatic, Harry. You're not going to die.
No, I'm dying now. Ask those things.
They're around every camp. You never notice. I don't see why this had to happen to your leg in the first place. What have we done, either one of us, to have had this happen to us?
I suppose that what I did was forget to put iodine on it when I first scratched it. We were after the Impala, in case you've forgotten. And with a camera at that.
That isn't what I meant. And it isn't how you got your leg.
No?
Not at all. It was at the lake last week.
A lot that matters now.
Harry, please.
Molo! Whiskey soda. Make it pronto,
It's
Molo.
bad for you. It's not good for you.
Man. Old Porter wrote the words and music. It's knowledge that you're going mad for me. Hey, that's poetry. Oh, I'm full of poetry now. Rotten poetry. Rotten poetry.
It's said in the first aid book to avoid all alcohol. It's not good for you. That's what I meant by giving. You must do everything you can.
I'm too tired.
I'll take this. Only to keep it away from you.
You know, that's a pretty good rule for life. Take everything you can, if only to keep it from somebody else. Wish I'd followed.
Sure, Molo understands more English than you think he does.
Molo,
Do you want it?
go away. The stuff your ears, so you won't hear the civilized people fighting. Talk.
You mean talk? Harry, if you think you have to die, is it absolutely necessary for you to kill off everything you need for life?
Think this is any fun for me? I don't even know why I do it. Trying to kill to keep yourself alive.
Die if
Well, it's not dying not in itself that matters. It's dying of fear. It's a bad taste in your mouth. How does a man miss the Did I ever tell you about my beginning? I was young. My first love.
but I'm not sure I want to hear it.
Tell you all about it over this drink. Now, there are plenty of things you're lucky I haven't told you. This little ditty had everything. Drama, tragedy, love, poetry.
Still intend to become a writer?
Yes.
Different kinds of writers, just different kinds of everything. Become another Hank. Easy. Peddle soap to housewives. Nothing wrong with peddling soap. Make fortune. But I'll tell you the only right approach to real writing. It's like a hunt. It's a hunt in which a man pits his brains against the forces of ignorance and evil. It's a lifelong, lonely safari. The ray he seeks is a truth worth telling. Faith worth living by. Something worth spilling his guts about. Strike down by himself. I don't know if you'll be one to have the fortitude to stick it. Follow the spoor, no matter where it leads. What pain and suffering. Hell and high water. You are, God help you. God pity you. Good luck. I beg you not to ruin yourself before you start loading your pack with excess baggage.
That's my business, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is. No, you're young. You'll need to travel and learn. Education. I'd like to help. I've made clear the conditions. Your birthday next week? Yes. Now on, you might regard that Springfield as your own. Have a try the deer tomorrow? Good weather for it.
Well, I've lived, right? Where is it got? A camp in Africa. A rich, beautiful one. Before you, how many others? That's traveling alone. And them pigs out here.
Well, have it your way, Harry. I'm going to shoot some game. The lot is almost empty. I'll change my boots and clothes.
Helen, you shouldn't pay any attention to me, darling. I love you. I've never loved anyone the way I loved you.
I won't take any more.
Look, before you go. Come. Give me a kiss. And read me this.
Harry! Why do you have to turn into a devil?
Because if I can't die happy, I can try to die delirious.
How can I help you if you won't help yourself?
Going to sleep? No, thank you. There'll be plenty of that soon enough. The time I've got left, I've got plenty to think about.
Well, I'll leave you to your thoughts.
I'm Cynthia Green.
Sin, that's nice. When did you come in?
2 minutes ago.
I'll be hanged.
The latest thing from home.
I'm,
Harry Street, Chicago Tribune, and you write.
ex-Chicago Tribune. And I'm trying to write.
Well, they're telling it the other way. Do you mind?
Well, everybody's trying something over here. Or at least trying to try. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to paint?
No, I'm not trying to paint.
Are you trying to sculpt?
No, I'm not trying to sculpt.
You must be trying to write, too.
No, I'm only trying to be happy.
Everybody's trying something.
I'll bet I'm the only person in the whole darn place who's only trying to be happy. You'd better take this from me. I sometimes drink too much.
Anything's fair in the pursuit of happiness.
Oh, I'm not completely idle. I pose sometimes.
My maiden aunt calls the altogether.
Sometimes.
We all have to make our way with whatever we were given. Are you Compton's lady?
No. I'm not particularly Compton's lady. I'm not Compton's lady at all. I'm my own lady.
Well, how would you like it if you and I would just hire you right out of it?
I expect I'd like it very much. My father was a soldier. He had the bad luck to get himself killed in the Argo. So, after the war, I came over to take him home to rest. But once I saw France, I decided that this is as good a place to rest as any. For him and for myself, so I stayed on.
No mother.
No, not for you.
Where should we go and rest right now? Would you like to go and rest on another bar? Have another drink?
No, I'm afraid I've gone and had too many again.
You know, in Paris, nobody ever thinks of suggesting just going home. The best.
May I have a cigarette?
See the big picture of yourself as a heritage lady.
You would be kind to me.
Well, there's so many things that I've not written, and that I'll never write now. I've written only that first time in Paris. The Paris that I love. The Place Contrescarpe. The flower sellers dyed their flowers in the street. The dye ran purple over the paving stones where the autobus started. The children played in the streets in the spring sunshine. And the wooden coal man's place. He sold wine, too. Bad wine. And the golden horse's head outside the boucherie Chevalier, where the carcasses hung yellow, gold, and red in the window. And the green-painted cooperative where we bought our wine. Good wine and cheap. Our apartment was a room and a half. There I did my work. Cynthia took up housekeeping. And together we did all of the things which go to make up living. We knew our neighbors in that quarter. We were all poor. And in that poverty and in that quarter, I finished that first book. A good book. The start of all I thought I was to do. And I called it The Lost Generation. Not knowing at the time how much it was about my Cynthia.
Your very first book is going to be published.
No.
No, we can get there.
How much is the advance? The check.
Oh. It isn't so very much, but isn't so little
go to Africa. Oh!
Everybody is required to like Africa, you know.
I try to put up a show because I know he loves it so. But all of it, the hunting, the killing, it terrifies me.
See here, this thing that he was talking about, excitement, call it courage. The way he feels it is a man's feeling, natural in a man. Grows in a man and makes him a man. Not particularly to his credit if he has it, but something lacking if he hasn't. A woman shows her courage in other ways, many ways.
I've got another fear now, worse. I'm going to have a baby.
What?
We came to Africa for trophies. Harry's got his and I've got mine.
Well, it's natural enough, isn't it?
Shall I tell him? What'll he think? Mr. Johnson, when I first met Harry, how's your drink?
No, thanks.
All my life I'd just been drifting. Nobody, no place. I guess you'd say I had no personal security. But when I first got to know Harry, you could have seen him in Paris. Have you ever been to Paris, Mr. Johnson?
No. Unnatural, maybe, but I never had the desire.
Makes no difference. You've seen it here. There was I, weak and needing. There was he, strong and confident. Every bit of me said, this is all. And when we first went to live at his place, I was happy just to sit and watch him as much as I could. Content to just sit still and hold on to my feeling of safety. But Harry was never still, even when he worked. No sooner had he finished his first book than he said we were going to Africa. I didn't want to stir, but I felt that if I told him so, I'd lose something. And now he's already talking about other places. If I tell him about this anchor, this child, this load of responsibility, it isn't things I want. Believe me, nothing like it, but only him as a rock to hold on to. So, shall I tell him now and risk beginning to lose him? Put it off and see if something happens.
Isn't it enough I have to guide you greenhorns on safari? Am I hired to be an old nurse, too?
Be Mr. Johnson, my friend.
Really? Well, see here, I'm just a hunter. I can only say it the way I know how. But it's when you run away you're most liable to stumble.
Well, they may have better horns in museums, but 33 inches is nothing to be ashamed of.
Good night.
Good night.
Now, what's the matter with him?
He's going to bed.
It's too early. I feel too good. Oh, I wonder if there'll ever be another time as good as this.
Now, as soon as you reach Paris, see your own physician. Sure, he'll confirm what I've told you. You'll have to be quiet. No running about, no excitement. Probably means you're spending much of the time in bed. Clear?
I understand.
Some women are like that. If you want the child there, they're not going to like such a sacrifice. No. Shall I talk with your husband?
Oh, no, I'll tell him. Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, you just put right there.
Yes.
Oh. I thought you...
On the table, sir.
Look what just arrived. Letter from the publisher and a check. Isn't very much, but it's a check. Everything's going to work out all right.
What will, darling?
All of it. Say what old Sawbones said. Nothing frightful. Didn't pick up a fever.
No,
Well, what did I tell you? All you need is a change of climate. We'll go directly to Madrid. We'll have the full fights, like rectos at El Prado, then up in Pamplona in time for the fiesta.
Harry,
Luckiest timing in the world.
darling, couldn't we just go home?
Home. What is that? Taking me back to Paris. Why?
Just to go home. Look, darling, we can get a nice apartment in the Czech with a room for you to work in. You don't have to go to Spain, do you?
Oh, darling, I don't have to go to Spain. Any place else?
You just want to.
Well, look, Cynthia, I have to sound like a lousy academician. I'm trying to become a writer. It's a writer's business to buzz around. Find out about things for himself. Not sit on his can in a comfortable chair and reach for a bookcase for something to crib.
Not to Spain.
How?
You'll never want this other normal thing.
Trying to explain what is my norm.
Maybe children.
Children?
Darling, I want a child more than anything in the world. Something of my very own to hold on to.
Well, shoot. I love kids, but later, well, you've got lots of time. Look, Sin, the world is a market. Which buy what you want. Not just with money, but with your time. With a lot of things. It's an exchange. You give something and you get something. I'm giving up a piece of my life to get something that I need. Later on, we can afford what we can afford. It's as simple as that.
I see. Can we fix your drink?
It's a little bit early, isn't it?
Seems to me to be just about the right time. Do you object?
No. Look, Sin, if you have this yen to go to Paris, you can go there.
Without you?
I'm not saying I want it. I'm just saying that you can go there. Or it's a matter of life and death. Okay.
Mr. Street,
Yes.
I'm Dr. Simmons.
You do. How is she?
Sorry to have to tell you she lost the child.
What?
You didn't know, Mr. Street.
Exactly what happened? They told me at the hotel that there'd been an accident.
It's a nasty fall. She'll be quite all right after a few days' rest. You actually mean you didn't know about the child? Don't you people talk to each other?
Did it deliberately?
It was an accident.
Did it because of what I said?
It was an accident. I stumbled.
You didn't have any right to do it. My child, too, you know.
Don't, darling. Darling, I think that dancer likes me.
Well, if the dancer likes you, I like you too, darling.
Yes, but his liking is new. And yours is old. An old, old story that's ending. What does the telegram say, Harry?
Darling, don't want to be childish. You've read it. Offered me an assignment to cover the fracas in Damascus. The Syrians and the French.
Yes, that's what it said. But that isn't what it meant. It meant that I'm beginning a lifetime without you.
Well, that's real nonsense.
Then why didn't you ask me to go with you?
Darling, there's war.
There's a war going on here, too. Right here at this table. There's a dandy little war going on.
Darling, you shouldn't drink too much.
No. I shouldn't do a lot of things too much. I shouldn't love you too much. I'm awfully bad. Oh, we're so hopelessly in love and we can't make it. I shouldn't have wanted to be happy too much. I expected it to come like a gift. And I shouldn't have followed you. I'm a drag on you and I hate every bit of it. I shouldn't even have wanted to have your child. Was it fair to you?
Cynthia, you've got to forget that. Driving yourself crazy.
I ought to forget. I ought to just go back to Paris alone, as you say, and not drive myself crazy at all while I wait for you. Wait and wait. Don't you even know you're lying? No, it isn't a lie yet. It won't be a lie until you go away and discover you're not coming back, but are going on and see the whole world, even if you lose it for us. You know, I think this dancer likes me very much.
All right, the dancer likes you.
It ought to make me very happy. Makes me feel dreadful. Shall we invite him over to the table? I think his manners would be as nice as yours. I think he'd ask me first if I'm Harry's lady.
And wouldn't it be a picked of times to start a row?
Oh, darling, it's very sad. You with your ambition, he with like yours. A lot of things are sad. Why do they put the pads on the horses?
I've told you that.
Tell me again. It isn't so the horses won't feel the hurt, is it? It's only for the spectators. So they won't see the horses inside.
Yes? Protection for the spectators. I knew you wouldn't like the horses.
But I desperately like the horses. I know just how the horses feel with a nice pad to protect the spectators. You ought to put some pads on me to protect you, poor darling.
Cynthia, will you kindly stop?
Yes. I shouldn't talk too much. That's another of the things I do too much.
The lady left, senor.
Where did she go?
I don't know, inasmuch as she left with the dancer.
She what?
She said to tell you if you inquire, there was no use of looking for her.
Make a good shot?
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Rather a good shot. With the shoulder.
You shoot marvelously, you know?
How you feel?
But
I thought maybe you were when you were sleeping. Shall I relieve Molo?
no, he wants to shave me and I want to talk.
Well, everyone must have someone to talk with.
He's the perfect audience. Doesn't understand a word I tell him, therefore we don't quarrel.
Let's not quarrel anymore, no matter how nervous we are.
Be afraid of me.
Not afraid of you. I never was. Will you call me if you need me?
Sure. Come back anytime you feel like it. Molo,
Dio, Buana?
yo, Mimi. No. Africans may have the right system with women of that. Buy one, count. Never did you happen to use money. And if it's used satisfactory, you get your money back. We use our backs up, we don't get in it.
Ouch! Endeavor your brother. Some.
Sure. Squire's whisker's very tough. A lot of things are tough. You know, son, there was one woman. And what a woman. I wrote a book about her, too. Another woman, another book. It wasn't about Spain or Africa or anything that I cared about. But into it, I poured the anger that I felt, some dirt, belly laugh humor. Just right to tickle the smart ones on the Riviera. And I'd found something, son. I'd found success. You swim very well.
Naturally, when I have an attendant, swimming to you, Doc.
You do everything else as well?
I swam over... Don't, Harry.
What's the matter? You afraid of startling the fish?
Afraid of you.
Bridget lives.
I swam way over to tell you that I've changed your plans. You are not going away tonight.
No? Well, swim around and tell me why you think I'm not.
Because you run around and what does it get you? Only this. If you have to write, I have a typewriter at home. I let you call your own.
You've got a few other things at home I'd like to call my own.
I can't let you go, darling. I can't let go of you.
Countess, there's no one like you. Climb up here on this boat.
I can't, Harry. I've hardly anything on.
Get up here.
Please, lover. Not out here.
I suppose it was the elusiveness of Liz which was her main attraction. She was something to hunt down and trap and capture. The Countess Elizabeth. Bridget lives. The semi-iceberg of the semi-tropics. It was fun, son. It's just lousy this fun.
It would be much more polite if you'd say it, darling.
Once I'm speechless.
Please say that you don't like it.
I do. Immensely. I admit that something has been puzzled. Do you mind answering one question?
Not at all. What's the question?
Oh, why do you want her for this? I admit she must be nice to have around. Harry?
Yes. I don't think I introduced you. Beatrice, this is my fiancé's nice uncle, Mr. Swift.
Enchanté, monsieur.
Beatrice. To find not a divinity in that name. Dante, you know.
Yes, darling, I know.
Beatrice, are you divine?
Oui, monsieur.
Just bed.
Tell me, Uncle Bill. Oh, may I call you Uncle Bill? Are you planning a long visit with Harry now that you are back from India?
I'm afraid not. Are you?
I'm not visiting Harry. Harry is visiting me.
Whichever, it must be wonderful for both of us.
You think so?
As I look at her again, another question crosses my mind.
As interesting as the last one?
When you and Harry get married, how many children will you have?
Why don't you go ask him?
I may. By the way, where is Genius shining at the moment?
In his study.
Probably doing something constructive. I like it, Ken. I don't bother you. Let's continue. Tell me, have you named her yet?
You have a suggestion?
Series. goddess of fertility.
Madame,
Oui.
le vendeur est en bas.
Merci. Excuse me. Why don't you finish her for me while I'm gone?
Good. Come in. Now I can stop.
Do, I'll go away again. Let me sit here, silently in the corner. Fine view.
Well, ought to be. Cost a pretty penny. Did you see Liz?
Speaking of a pretty penny,
No, just speaking of Liz.
Harry, my boy. Sure is cure.
What do you mean by that one?
Mother, may I come in? You're everywhere, aren't you, darling?
It's the only attribute I share with the Almighty.
Angel, are you doing anything that's stinkingly important?
Naturally, Countess, it couldn't be less important or more stinking.
What, silly?
I'm writing an interview with myself on the subject of success.
Here.
Your latest has sold another 100,000, it says here.
Amazing.
Hollywood wants it. They say they could go with it.
That's easy.
How did I get in the habit of becoming involved with women who always open my mail?
You get such fascinating letters, darling. Cosmopolitan wants another series of short stories, and Martha too. They pay the top, it says.
Well, why should a writer feel guilty because people are willing to pay good money for the sweat off his brow?
You shouldn't, my boy. No one ever paid for a drop of mine, except a few libraries and museums. Which reminds me to tell you, I've decided to settle down and take over that museum.
That's wonderful.
Does that mean we'll see you often, darling?
When you're in Paris, icons will be on display amongst the other antiquities every day except Thursday. On the Avenue Prison goods. Harry de Bon.
I'll walk out with you.
I'll find the door. I imagine you're wanted in there.
Why the devil happens to the grace to tell me the truth?
What?
Did you think my book stinks? And everything I'm doing stinks.
I came to praise you, not to bury him. Most men would envy you. Make a handsome living, have the acquaintance of most of the interesting people of the world. All this, this too. You're young, have your health, you look well. Fairly well. Come to see me soon, dear boy. Oh, Harry. Have you done any hunting lately?
No, why do you ask?
Too bad. A man should never lose his hand at hunting.
I had it all. What did I have? My name in the papers, my face in the better magazines. And where was Cynthia? People asked for my autograph and pointed me out. And why didn't she come back to me? At last, I made a cry for help. Getting her American address. I need. And so, my darling Cynthia, I've never been able to cure the loneliness, but only made it worse. Everyone I've been with has only made me miss you more. What you did can never matter. I cannot cure myself of loving you. And one day outside the Ritz, I followed a woman whom I thought was you. I follow any woman who looks like you in some way. Afraid to see that it's not you. Afraid to lose the feeling it gives me.
Yes.
Oh. I beg your pardon. I thought you were someone else. Someone I know. I'm really sorry. I didn't know you.
A woman with a family. They're my brother's children. Now, why did I tell you that? Aren't you Mr. Harry Street, the writer?
That's right, I'm afraid.
I think I'm rather sorry I'm not the right one.
Anything
routine. Few interesting bills for you to foot.
No, I mean, that's what you're trying to hide.
Darling, please. All right. Don't behave. You came just at the right moment. Now, let's see. I don't think you've met my fiancée, Mrs. Dreamy. 𝚑𝚎𝚊𝚗𝚎𝚑𝚒𝚖𝚊𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑 I was just afraid to Now, sit down. Let that child pour you a drink. My devoted fiancée and I are just in the middle of a little ceremony. Who is it? The 𝚑𝚎𝚊𝚗𝚎𝚑. Hotel Florinda, Madrid.
Must be a girl named Cynthia Green.
Is she a fan of you?
Not the last I knew.
From Madrid. My dear devoted fiancée has so many fans. And I am one of them. Oh, I just devoured your last book.
Well, didn't give you a bellyache.
Is this letter so important, Harry?
No. It isn't important at all.
Good. Then you shan't be troubled. What are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing?
I won't let you go. I won't let you make a fool of me. You said it was not important.
The whole thing is not important.
Harry, listen to me. No, darling, stop and listen. Please, Harry, stop and listen to me.
Please, Harry, I'm listening.
I know that sometimes I must draw your nerves.
Oh.
And sometimes you're on my nerves, too.
Oh.
I know that sometimes I'm an adequate. I know my fault. But I love you. Truly I do. I love you as much as I can. And if there's something deeply troubling you,
Yes, there is something troubling me.
then only tell me.
The dawning of suspicion. The fact that the airplane is faster than the horse does not necessarily prove that the world is getting any better.
No, I mean about us.
For us, there is nothing troubling me deeply enough.
Where are you going? Are you going to Madrid?
Perhaps I'll go to Madrid. I'll send you a postcard.
Oh, Harry, you look so silly. Such a fool, trying to look like a knight questing for the Holy Grail.
You're right. Maybe I'll just have me a good look-see.
Oh, Harry.
Same to you. With tassels on.
Horses, Harry!
Cynthia was not at the Hotel Florinda in Madrid or anywhere else. A lousy civil war had fixed Madrid. Before I knew it, I was carrying a gun. I wished I weren't.
American, huh? Yeah. Wish I was back in Detroit where I was when I got sucked into this. I just woke up, I got sucked into this. Believe any of that bourgeois? No? What are you doing here?
You'd die laughing if I told you.
Blessed Mary, Mother of God. Oh, please let Harry find me.
Monsieur, je regrette de vous faire attendre. Il a été tellement malade. Il y a tellement de gens qui l'ont dit. C'est par ici, monsieur.
Uncle Bill came as soon as you let it caught up with me. What was up? Get you a doctor, man.
Doctors. It was a wise man who said that if all the medicines were dumped into the sea, it would be a horrible day. But don't worry about me. I shall be an excellent henchman for my Right yourself. Don't look at me.
I'm all right.
What have you been doing with yourself? Travel.
Followed my nose, just wandered. What about you?
Where?
Nothing to brag about. Oh, I've seen the 7 wonders of the world. That's what you mean, however many there are. They're not very wonderful.
You haven't really seen. You haven't hunted.
Nothing.
Yes.
Well, why should I? I'm exactly the way the world pays me a very good living to be. Use the people with my little tales. This I can do, but which leaves my right hand free for other things. Destroyed my talent. I'm not using it. That betrays itself. My drink, my laziness, by pride and by prejudice, by hook and by crook. What is this, a catalog of old books?
Harry.
Once I hunted in Spain. The Holy Grail. But they busted it. Busted it.
Grail.
Watch it. And I killed it.
I don't understand. Well, Harry, in your absence, I've kept you with me as well as I could.
My ladies, did you hate it?
I love everything you write, Harry.
But you couldn't finish it.
Take out the envelope. It's for you. In it, you'll find the legacy I'm leaving you when I lay down my bones among the other relics here.
But I don't need anything.
Are you sure?
All the royalties are rolling. It's one thing about success. Even when it's a failure, it snowballs for a while. But also one thing about a snowball, it has nowhere to go except downhill.
That's not money. It isn't anything, dear. Oh, I thought about what I might leave you. Finally, I wrote a little something. A riddle. I don't want you to read it after I've gone. You might ask me the answer. I don't know the answer. But if you can find it, it will save you.
I have been left a legacy.
Il a fait un héritage. Quel miracle! Oh, Harry, je t'adore!
I adore you too. It's a riddle. Kilimanjaro is a snow-covered mountain, 19,710 feet high. It is said to be the highest mountain in Africa, close to the western sun. There is the dried and frozen carcass of a leopard.
On that snow?
So they would have us believe.
Some lousy cat got cold feet. Il est complètement fou.
No, wait a minute. Here comes the kicker. No one has explained what the leopard was seeking. That altitude.
Is that all?
It's an unsatisfactory story. It ends badly.
But what was the leopard doing up there the first day?
That's the riddle. And if I can find the answer, I'm supposed to win the prize. Come on, let's put our fine minds together.
Perhaps he took the wrong trail and followed the wrong scent. So he got lost in that.
very sensible solution. For him. And for me.
May I?
Sam?
Thank you. Am I mistaken? Aren't you Mr. Harry Street, the author whom I met in the Place Vendôme?
Yes, I'm Mr. Harry Street. I'm lost. You... How very beautiful. Excuse me, my dear Cynthia. But tonight, I'm a little the worse for many years of wear and tear.
You need rest, Mr. Street.
Yes, I need rest, Mr. Street. I need a lot of things, Mr. Street. I need you.
Would you like a drink?
What did you say?
Well, I'm going to have one. We have one together. Ask Molo, you know I don't speak the length of.
Molo.
Giovanni?
Latte, whiskey soda.
Giovanni?
About which one have you been thinking, Harry?
You mean about what you...
About Cynthia? About me?
What makes you think you know so much? Maybe I was thinking about you and me.
No, never about you and me. At least not with anyone.
Well, it just shows you how wrong it would be. I was thinking about the way we met. On the bridge near Notre Dame.
When you mistook me, dear Cynthia. You've never been able to forgive me for not being her, have you?
You really want to go into that one?
What else did you think about you and me, Harry?
That we had a Lulu of the beginning. Really a Lulu.
Yes, we had that, all right.
Well, neither of us were children. We both knew what we were getting.
Why did you suddenly want to come? You owe me the courtesy of the house.
Be honest. That's why I wanted to come here is the point of the whole bloody journey. Because I'd found the answer to a riddle. That's why. About a leper lost his way. I thought that if I had followed the wrong scent, which might perish, then I'd better get back to the jungle where I'd started. It had been good. I'd been right. But I thought I could get back to the way. Back into training. Work the fat off my soul. The fighter goes to the mountains to work the fat off his body. Might have made it too. 2 weeks ago, that thorn had needled me.
the one who makes all the noise. I don't mind him too much.
You know what that bad breath just said to me?
The hyena?
It's getting very late for me.
Aren't you funny?
A lousy timepiece.
Really, darling, aren't you? Harry. What is it?
Huh? It's nothing.
How do you feel?
All right. A little wobbly.
Can you eat something now?
No,
A little broth will keep the strength up.
I don't need my strength. Don't tell me you don't know. Well, I've known everything. Except just when it would happen. I want to write.
I know.
Do you really?
I know almost all of it now. Except one very important thing that you must tell me. Harry, was it entirely because of her that it was the best time for you here?
Who?
Cynthia, whom twice you mistook me for. Was it only because you were happiest here with her?
You thought all that? Why did you come along?
Why do you think?
You're always a considerate woman. You'd have bought me anything. You'd like anything new and exciting. I don't.
I more than came along, if you remember. I arranged with the publisher for your band. I lied to you. I contrived it.
Why?
Because it was the only chance for me. And because it might be a chance for me. I thought that if I was here with you, and your work came well, and you were happy here again, with me here, don't make me lose all my pride.
First time I've ever really seen you.
You're not a failure, darling. Just because you've disappointed yourself with some of the things you've written, that's not failure as a man. You've brought something to everyone, just as you brought something to me.
Quite a woman. It's a pity I'm finding it out now.
I love you. I love you with all my heart. We've got a whole lifetime ahead of us.
You had every card in the deck stacked against you. We had the time.
Plenty of time. You're going to live. You've got to live.
Plenty of time. That's what you think. That's what they are. That's why they sit on their tail. Let's not kid ourselves. The door can open suddenly into nothing. And Beth has been standing there all the while. The man hasn't done what he intended to do, right?
Jumbo,
Who is he?
One of the boys of the local clinic of the Mayo Brothers, I believe.
A witch doctor?
That's right. It's the uncle of the boy that I tried to save from the hippo.
Send him away. We don't want him.
Charlie, alisi kia bwana mjamba sana. Huyu atafania dawa ke bwana. Kali sana. Ugonjwa kwisha kabisa.
He's heard that I'm sick with bad spirits. He wants to be in on the kill.
Get rid of him, Harry. He gives me the creeps.
Ask Dr. Pasteur to sit down. Katie.
Please send him away.
Jumbo,
Guanamoquambo.
Jambo muchacho.
Did I hurt you? I don't want to hurt you.
I've been writing
I know.
for a million years. Can you take dictation?
No, I never learned.
Oh, it's all right. Wouldn't be time anyway. Seems I could get it all into one paragraph. If I could get it just right. Hello, Molo, you white man's burden you.
Dear.
I've only got the first aid.
What's he gonna do? Sprinkle me with monkey dust?
Darling.
A hair from the tail of the leopard, the poor...
Darling, please try to listen. You told me in certain parts of your leg there isn't any feeling.
Wood. Funniest
It says in the book it's kind of paralysis, the blood vessels. One should use hot compresses to keep the circulation going.
Well, you tell him to use the lion medicine. It's very
Don't make fun even of him. He only wants to do his best. And I'm trying to do my best.
I'm trying to do my best, too, though.
If you'll only do that, Harry.
Hi-ho, said Raleigh.
Darling, are you conscious enough to listen to me?
Sure.
There's a very large swelling on your leg. I'm going to open it.
Feel something strange.
Yes, darling. Death is near us. Do you think he could come so close to you and I wouldn't know?
I'll never believe what to tell you about the side of this glove. Since now it came to Russia border.